I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna come in here talking about, oh, they proved me wrong, da-da-da-da-da, they did the thing where, oh, well, they pulled the trigger, they strapping the rocket to his back and pushing him to the moon. But before I do all that, let me talk my talk, okay? I said in my SmackDown review last night, they are really bringing up Sami Zayn not winning this world title. Drew said it earlier this year, Cody said it, Gunther said it, and he himself said it. Okay, they're intentionally bringing it up for a reason. Now, granted, I got the event wrong. I said WrestleMania. But point is, he won it in Saudi. Okay? So I know ball. But let's talk about the thing that I didn't know ball for. King of the Ring. Not gonna lie, Jey Uso, he didn't look too bad. Now, he looked pretty gassed. His stamina, it was flashing that Gatorade symbol instantly. But with that being said, it was a solid match. He actually put up a pretty good fight. It wasn't a straight squash match, which I can kind of appreciate. I want more non-squash Oba matches. You know, the squash matches is fine, but at a certain point, you need some competitive matches, especially considering you're challenging for the world title. And if you win the world title, you're going to have some challengers. So get him in the groove of having some longer matches. It's fine. But the match was fine, and he actually pulled the trigger on Oba. He won. No Brock, no Bloodline, straight, clean, one-on-one. Gotta respect it. So, two things. One, either he's not fighting Brock at SummerSlam at all, and that's probably like a future event, or Brock cost a match against whoever, whether it's Sami Zayn or Roman, whatever way. Yeah, that can be an option as a triple threat or whatever down the line. Who knows? Or he is doing double duty. Night one is probably like Roman versus Oba at that point, and then night two will be Brock versus Oba for the title, or maybe not for the title. Who knows? But either way, shout out to WWE. If they threw the long ball, shout out to them. They threw multiple long balls in this whole thing. They still did a couple thinking dunks, but they still threw the ball downfield. You got to respect it. Queen of the Ring, pretty predictable. Like I said, it's a lose-lose situation. Either your champ loses clean. I guess she didn't lose clean. She got cursed before the match, which kind of told you, yeah, she's losing. Now she's still champ. But we're getting that rematch at SummerSlam, which I don't understand the point of doing the whole Queen of the Ring tournament just to run the rematch of the finals. I don't get that. That's the point. That's the part I don't understand. You could have done the whole curse thing in the first round and still get the same effect. So that's the part I'm a little confused about. You kind of just have your champion lose clean for no reason. But hey, it is what it is. That's the thinking dunks I'm talking about. But match was okay. It was a little disappointing. It wasn't the worst match in the world, but it's definitely something I expected more out of. But yeah, Io's gear with the big fluffy boots. Shout out to him. Let's talk about the women's U.S. Championship. Tiffany's gear, fire. The pink with the butterflies, that looked great. Shout out to the women. I get it. You can't really dress the way you normally do, but you make do with what you can, and every single one of them look good. Charlotte Flair with the little jacket and that matched the fit. Beautiful, beautiful. Mia Yim had like these little street clothes that look, you know what I mean? That look good. Shout out to them. Every single one of them dressed beautifully, look great. But for the match itself, again, pretty solid match. Chelsea got involved, helped her win. Like I said, Charlotte Flair got involved. We're definitely getting that Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill match at SummerSlam. That's going to be a banger. That's going to be a banger. Cannot wait for that. I'm very intrigued to see where not only Tiffany goes, but where Rhea goes. Because she needs a challenger, right? Io already declared she's fighting Liv Morgan at SummerSlam. So who is she going to fight? Do they do Alexa Bliss? Do they do Nia Jax? I don't know. I'm very intrigued to see where they go with that. Does she even have a match at all? Because she is injured. I heard reports about that. But I'd assume if it was bad enough, they would have dropped the title already. So she's probably going to wrestle. Just a matter of who. So very intrigued to know where that goes. But yeah, shout out to that. Match was solid, enjoyable. Another match that was really solid and enjoyable. That men's U.S. Championship match. That was also a pretty good match. Really enjoyed it. Ricky pulled the Eddie Guerrero special. Got Lil Yachty packed out. He got him kicked out of there, which is really, really cool. Match itself was great. I need that triple threat at SummerSlam. They're definitely teasing that. Ricky tried to attack Trick after the match, but it did not work. So yeah, I fully expect Friday for him to get his get back. And that's probably where Melo comes in, and that's when they do the triple threat, which they deserve it. They deserve it. All three of them. You know, I would say put Ilya in there. You know what I mean? But he has nothing to do with anything. So triple threat is cool. Let them cook. Speaking of let them cook, Seth versus Braun. Dare I say top 5 match of the year. That was great. That the pedigree into the stomp near fall. I said, whoa, they're cooking. The superplex from the top of the rope / top of the cage. The avalanche super stomp. They was cooking. Now I do wish Braun would have won. I do think he would have benefited more from the win. But once again, little dink and dunks. They played it safe. You know what I mean? For everyone they throw downfield, they threw a lot more little dink and dunks. That's a dink and dunk in my opinion. I wish Braun would have won, but hey, match was great. Can't complain too much. In the main event, I briefly talked about it in the opening segment, but Sami Zayn, they did it. But In order for him to win, he had to get his retribution. Okay, he lined up the water bottle just to slap it, just to get thrown over Cody Rhodes' top of the head onto the announce table. That's what you get. In order for you to win, you need to squash that beef with the water bottles. And guess what? They had to get their get back, and guess what? You won. Okay, so lesson to be learned: leave the water bottles alone. Leave them alone. Okay, so now I'm very intrigued. Where did they go with the Johnny angle? Right, because Sammy has been talking to Johnny this whole time. Right, I'm very intrigued. Where does Johnny come in? Does he get some sort of alliance with Sammy? Is he his first opponent? I don't think it's a SummerSlam opponent. I do think that's a little too soon. But like, I would not be surprised if out of like a B tier PLE, they do something on a random SmackDown. They do something. I would not be surprised if they do that. But shout out Sammy. Now, once again, I got the event wrong, but I did call it. I called it. So pat myself on the back on that one. But those are my thoughts on Night of Champions. A pretty good PLE. Honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with this PLE. I think it was a pretty strong PLE. I don't do grades anymore, but I would definitely give it a thumbs up. I really enjoyed myself. Match was good. Match was great even. The results were shocking, yet some were safe. So that's what you can ask for WWE in 2026. Some shocking moments and a lot of, leaking dunks. But pretty enjoyable PLE. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. While you're down there, like and subscribe, hit that noti bell for more wrestling videos. This is Eli signing out. Peace.